you will not kill the tree at this time of the year. Hi, I'm Miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. Today I'll work on 3 Mume tree, Prunus mume. Here we call it flowering apricot. In Asia, they refer to them as flowering plum. And these are actually the tree, the fruits that when you go to a Japanese restaurant for sushi, they give you a little sour preserved plum, and that is the same tree. These will all have fruits. There are only a few varieties that does not have fruits. And they are referred to as the 3 friends of the winter, and that's including pine, bamboo, and ume. And that's because they can withstand winter and represents bravery. And in fact, mume is the first tree to bloom in the wintertime. Oftentimes, when the ground is still covered with snow in January, they already started blooming. So when you have the red flower petal falling on the leaf, it's like blood on the snow, and it kind of like represents samurai bravely fighting with their swords. So it's a very romantic tree. I like it, and I grew these from seedling for many years, and they finally flowered this year. So I thought I'd share with you. This tree I tried to save. It's almost withered. And in fact, very little bit of that is alive. So I'll put it in a growing pot. Actually, all 3 I will put it back in a growing pot because they grow very fast. So it will thicken very quickly, lots of ramification, full of blossom. In the next season or 2, I will show you update every 3 to 6 months, or maybe in this case, every 6 months when they bloom, maybe every year, this time of the year. So it's really one of my favorite trees. And today I also show you 2 varieties of my mume that I really like. One is the Peggy Clark, and one is the Matsubura Red. It's a brilliant purplish red. It's almost no flower can match that kind of intensity. This flower is actually a double pink. So they come in single, double, pink, white, red, very few red, and various degree of pink. And so you can select the choice to your liking. So like this tree is not much to look at this point. It will take me 3 minutes to get it done. What I will do is I'll comb out a little bit of the, expose the root to see what the root looks like. They usually radially out quite nicely, so it's not a problem. So you can see this is the root. That's where the height I will plant it at. And then you just have to go cut it so that the energy will be focused into the growing area, the branches you like. So I'll just cut off this one. And mume can also be propagated by cutting. I'm not going to do cuttings of these. These are seedlings. They are not a particularly good color or good characteristic. I have much better ones to use. And then I try to focus the energy into the desirable branch in my design. So basically the idea is I would cut it off. I'll cut it off here, even though likely I'm going to just go like this so that it has curve going this way, and then that way to create a 3-dimensionality. So in fact, yeah, that's okay. This one will come out. And so that's all I'll do to this one. And I'll show you again next year this time and do a pruning again. You can see the progress that it would have made in the period. And in this case, I'll plant a little bit slanted so that when it grows up, it will be very interesting turns. So it's as simple as that. So what you can do is you can find these seeds, or you can buy grafted trees with name varieties. Those are very good. And you can take cuttings on air layering to produce your own. And I would say in 5 years, you will have a tree about this trunk. That's pretty respectable and with lots of ramification covered with flower. Very, very desirable bonsai. Now, the second one is this one. It's a little bit older. And you can see actually it's growing very vigorously. So, for example, I will take advantage of this root coming up like this to, let's say if I face this a little bit to the front, and then that is the apex. So keep that in mind then. This is what I'll do. I'll cut it off accordingly and to give it an interesting curve. This little clipper can clip quite nicely, but you can see the back is a little bit redder. In the front, it's got very nice calyx pointing out beautifully, and it's a double flower. And this is not a particularly good variety. You can find varieties that are much better than this. This is just a seedling, but it's satisfactory. Now you can see what happened last time. I broke this branch, so I tried to hold it together by using some wire to prevent it from further breaking off and see what happens. I'm not going to keep that branch, but still learn something from what I did. And you can see this branch isn't going to do it. So I break it roughly, in a sense, very rough breaking it. Look at how beautiful the flower is. And this tree will be covered with the flowers, with abundance of flowers. And it's really magnificent in the wintertime. Not very long blooming period, maybe 4 weeks. And now you can see this tree is relatively interesting. I don't think I want to do too much drastic cutting. I think, like I said, this points forward. This comes up, this comes up, this comes up, this comes up. I think it will have some interesting movements, but it will not be a small tree because the trunk can be quite thick in let's say, a few years' time. So that will be my bonsai. In fact, I can let this grow back, make that the apex, see what happens. And I can always do a little bit of that by wiring it a little bit to make it go that way to create more depth. So just for the heck of it, I'll show you if I have a bonsai pot, I can clean off the bottom, which is not hard to do. And I'll try to save the roots rather than cutting it off so that it will speed up the growth. So now what I will do is I will cut off the long roots. And you can do that fairly drastically in the wintertime because there's not much evaporation. And then it would take a sweet time adjusting the amount of leaves with the amount of roots to come out. So you will not kill the tree at this time of the year. That's why you can buy bare root trees. You see, that's a very big root, and but I like to use that root as a feature to go to the front of the pot. So, and this is in a way to not allow me to tilt it the right way, so I cut it a little bit shorter. So that's what the bonsai will look like. Look at this. It'll be quite respectable. And I'll show you next year, this time, to show you how much it's grown. But in the meantime, I'll put it in a growing pot so that it will grow faster to get me the ramification and the thicker trunk faster. But look at how it's a very hard wood, and yet all the decay, it gives it the really character, which is very desirable for ume. All of this will rot out, hopefully, and I'll chisel to make it look interesting. And so you have a lot of room to play with this kind of tree. So I love ume, and I hope you will too. Now this is a stump, and most of it is actually dead. Only this part is alive, this part is alive, and like all of this is dead. I was trying to salvage it from a bigger tree in the garden, and you can see over time, this is quite an old tree, but you can see this all rotted when I broke it off fairly roughly. I like to do that because that shows the character. Now, this part is all dead, but I will keep it to show the character, to sort of like, you know, beautiful, beautiful blossom next to a dead branch. So that's what I would do the design. And I'll probably, depending on the roots here, I will study it when I'm ready I think this angle would be fine to accentuate this curve. So maybe even turn it this way to accentuate that curve and make this groove upward. So if that's the case, I will cut it off here. So this is the apex. This tree will come up here and then start it this way and then this way. So I'll cut these off to induce ramification. And ramification in this case means a lot more blossom, which is desirable for a flowering tree. So you will have a tree that goes up like this and goes up like that and comes back this way. So I'll probably wire a little bit or maybe just cut it off here so they will shoot out that way. So that's it. And put it in a pot. Again, there's very little growth. These are all dead. I have to be very careful. So I'll probably plant it at this angle to show this and then coming up and so forth. We shall see. We'll worry about it when I get ready at that point. But there's plenty of opportunity to turn the other parts into dead wood to make it look interesting. So that's all I will do to plant them back and be done with it. So today I've done 3 Mume trees, Prunus Mume or flowering apricot. This is the youngest one. These are old, that's the older one, that's the oldest one. These are all from seedlings, so they're not particularly selected for high quality flowers in a sense that they're good, but not highly selected. But they really do look nice. No matter what ume you grow, they really grow up to be nice with a thick trunk and a lot of ramification and full of flowers in this, and fragrant flowers. I have included several Mume bonsai that I found on the web that I really particularly like because I don't have any mature blooming ones to show you, but I want to give you an idea of what they could look like. And then work on these trees. I would say in 5 years, this will look very respectable. So with this one may take 10 years, but it will get to the show quality Mume bonsai you see from the web. So I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.